Okay, so I've managed to qualify for the Olympic trials, not in triathlon. I want to just find out how quick can I go with about 5 weeks focused on swim, still doing a bit of my bike run training, but with the emphasis on swimming.
And then fascinating in lane 2, here she is, Lucy Charles-Barclay. Most swimmers would know her as Lucy Charles. She's a fantastic distance swimmer. She's also a stunning triathlete.
Okay, so we had always planned to film this bit of me just kind of talking about the challenge and what kind of time I'd like to hit, and the fact that I'm going to the Olympic trials. We're about 3.5 weeks out from the swim itself, and I got an email today from British Swimming which made me panic big time, because from the way the email was worded, my heart literally sank, because I was like, oh no, I'm not going to get to swim. We have been required to place a limit on the number of entries in line with the evolving COVID management plan and the event senior selection focus. Therefore, we are currently not in a position to accept all entries received for the meet. Now, when an email starts with that, you're like, right, I'm out. I'm a triathlete. They're not going to let me go to the swimming meet. However, after reading further down, I'm definitely going to get to do my swim. Kind of looking at my swimming, my best ever swim time for 1500 meters in a long course pool was a 16:35. To qualify for the trials, I did a 17:24 in May 2019. So I just got super lucky that in 2019, just so happened to go and swim a 1500. The times have been adapted slightly given the COVID situation, so the qualifying times are slightly slower than they would normally be. For me, I would just love to get as close to that 16:35 time as possible. I could, in theory, win the event. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to the Olympics, because the standard time for the Olympic selection that British Swimming have laid out is a 16:05. So I'm on the British Swimming rankings for the all-time swims on the 1500 meter freestyle long course. One athlete has swam under 16:05, which is Jazz Carlin. And I mean, she's a legend. She did a 15:47. So 15:47 is the quickest time we've ever had in the UK. However, next time is a 16:06, which is Kerry-Ann Payne. And then we have Rebecca Cook on a 16:14. So these are the best times ever. I think my time puts me 17 in the all-time rankings on a 16:35. Obviously, I'm going to jump at the chance. Do I think it's realistic? Possibly not, even if I win the event, but we got to go all in and just see what happens. Dime, ¿cuántas veces me volviste demente? So I'm in about my third big week of swim training ahead of the 1500, and I've already done, this will be my 5th swim this week, and we're on Wednesday, and I've done about 20k of swimming already. So at the end of this swim, I'll be at 25k in 5 swims by Wednesday. So I've been doing hard swims in the morning and then recovery swims in the afternoon. This is going to be a pretty hard swim now, even though it's like 1 o'clock, so I've had an easy morning, and I'm just about to do 5k with about 2k of really hard work in the middle and some speed work either side. So it's going to be pretty hard. ¿Cuántas veces me volviste demente? Ahora sí que estoy tan solo, no es fácil. The 1500 meter freestyle didn't used to be an Olympic event for swimming as well. It used to just be the 800. Obviously, I've been to an Olympic trials before, back in 2012 for the London Olympic Games. Made the final in the 800 metre freestyle, didn't qualify for the Olympics, but this time I'm ranked 6th going into the race, which I definitely wasn't back in 2012.
Baby, ahora sin ti estoy tan solo, no es fácil. Te quiero, baby, hasta que nazca el sol, hasta que nazca el sol. Dame tu amor, dame tu amor, dame tu amor, tu amor, tu amor. Dame tu amor, dame tu amor, dame tu amor, tu amor, tu amor. Quiero contigo, quiero contigo, quiero contigo, quiero contigo.
I'm getting that length and that rotation when I swim, and I'm not just swimming straight like I normally do. I actually need to get some rotation in there. I've got a great endurance engine from being a triathlete. I do the Ironman distance, I can keep going all day long at a steady pace. However, for the 1500, this is gonna be 16, 17 minutes of going fast. So I need to really get that lactate tolerance, that ability to just burn through and feel that pain for that whole amount of time.
I bought you a present.
What?
So I've just had a shower and now I'm gonna make a quick shake with a pretty good little concoction of ingredients that I thought up the other day, based around if you've ever been to Kona and had the Lava Java shake on a Leahy Drive. If you've ever been to Lava Java, they do the Lava Java shake. So I've tried to recreate it. We'll put the ingredients up at the end, but it's pretty good. This is vanilla ice cream protein. Yeah, the reason I've got 4 is because all of them are quite empty, because we get through quite a lot of peanut butter in this house. Favourite special ingredient, Ben & Jerry's peanut butter ice cream with other bits. We'll go for 3 spoonfuls of this as well. Okay. I'm gonna blame that on my tired arms. Right. Then, the Lava Java shake has coffee. So we're gonna add a coffee, oat milk. You can use normal milk. I just want to use oat milk. Yeah.
So I've been doing obviously a lot more high intensity work in the pool, which I always knew was going to be the focus going into this block. Kind of the furthest reps I've been doing have been 200s, but there's been a lot of lactate tolerance work, so I might have done 450s max, 4 100s max, and then a 200 max, and then maybe a broken 400 split in hundreds. All pretty much max effort with really little rest, so that's really just getting used to going fast but not getting much rest, because obviously I want to be able to go fast in the 1500. I'm not going to get any rest. I've got to do 15 100s, max effort, no rest. I've done some sets where I've done like 20 to 15 100s, trying to get close to the pace I need to rep on the day with very little rest, like 10 to 15 seconds. I've always had a very high stroke rate, but it's always been quite short, so I've been trying to get that length back into my stroke, and I really can feel the difference now. I've got that swimmer roll back in my stroke, and I've found that easy speed again, which I'd lost. So hitting like a 33 or 34 and a 50, I can do that quite relaxed, which I wouldn't have even dreamt of doing that like a month ago. So the progress has been really, really good. Still managed to do some run and bike, but the volume of that has really dropped down to allow me to do enough swimming to make sure that I give this a good attempt. Yeah, so obviously I'm a triathlete and I'm going into a swimming race, but I generally believe in the power of cross training, and I think that is what is going to set me up well for this race.
So we're going to do some high intensity intervals just to replicate what I'm going to be doing in the 1500. So obviously I'm kind of working at that top end lactate tolerance zone, and then on my turns as I'm pushing off the wall I'm kind of just pushing up real into that horrible disgusting zone. So this is going to hopefully replicate that. So I'm going to use the rowing machine, the battle ropes and the swim bench to do some Tabata style intervals. So that will be 20 seconds of flat out working as hard as I can, 10 seconds recovery, which can be active recovery or just static, 8 times to make 4 minutes. So I will do that 4 minutes on here, 4 minutes on there, 4 minutes on there, a bit of a rest in between each, but not much. So that's basically 16 minutes. So that's like hopefully around the time I'll be doing my 1500 in, probably I'll be a little bit slower than that. And we're going to do that 4 times, so it's 3 times, not 4, I'll probably die. 3 times is about good, so it's like doing 3 1500 metre efforts, and hopefully that'll set me up well for the amount of pain tolerance needed for the race.
I've been able to kind of manipulate my bike and run sessions to help with my swim. On the bike, I've been doing quite high intensity work, shorter intervals, things like 2 times 15 minutes for those slightly longer intervals, because that's how long I'm going to be swimming. So doing that and then putting like bursts in, so as if when I'm doing a tumble turn, I'm doing a high intensity burst within that 15-minute effort on the bike. So that seems to be working pretty well. Things like doing my 10 400s on the track, they obviously take me just over a minute. So when you add all of those up, we're getting near to 15 minutes worth of work. So again, it's that same time frame of work, but it's very high intensity, and just doing a lot of upper body strength and conditioning as well. So I've got that power in my pool, and obviously my bike and run training has been reduced in order to tolerate the brutal swim training that I'm doing. Whereas swimming is obviously very hypoxic, I've been able to then go over to the track and actually run faster, because it's like, oh yeah, I can breathe every second that I want to breathe. So there's been positive impacts from my bike to run to my swim, but obviously the hard work I've been doing in the pool has been paying off for my run and bike as well. So it's been a bit of a win-win, and I didn't really expect that to happen, but obviously I've been training different energy systems in the pool to what I normally would, and that's translated over to the other 2 disciplines really nicely.
Okay, Okay, so this is my last swim before I go in the bubble, which is obviously the COVID secure hotel pool situation that we have at the British Trials. So the pool is actually, I think, only open if you've gone in the bubble today. And I can't swim anywhere else because pools are pretty much fully booked because the public can go back in today. So I'm in the endless pool. I've got a bit of an adapted session for swimming in here. And then from tomorrow, I'll be back at the London Aquatic Centre as part of the bubble situation. So today's just a little bit of a feel good, sharpen up, and most of the week will look like that as well before my race on Sunday. So not long to go now.
So it's been confirmed that we have to do hotel quarantine. We have to be in the COVID secure bubble for the entire event. So from Tuesday afternoon, I will go into the hotel. I'll have a COVID test. All going well, that will be negative. And then I'll have to stay in the hotel for the entire event until my swim, which is going to be around 7 p.m. on Sunday. It's basically the final event, but it's going to be a long week, I think, just being in the pool and the hotel. Okay, so I'm here at the Bubble Hotel. I'm just going to give you a quick tour of what my room looks like whilst I'm staying in the bubble. So here we go. Okay, so we're inside my room. I'm probably the only swimmer here that has a bike here because I'm obviously actually a triathlete. So I also have quite a few boxes, which is what the turbo came in, and you'll see later what else I brought with me as well. So let's give you a little look around. I've actually got a really nice room here, so feeling quite lucky about the room that I've got. So I'll show you the bathroom first of all. So bathroom here, obviously swimsuits drying from my swim this morning. Quite a nice sized bathroom. Got my go-to two really simple part of my daily face routine. So just face wash and moisturiser there. So yeah, super simple, keeping my skin nice while I'm here. Okay, so probably the most important part of the room, I guess, is the little kitchen space here. So got all my snacks up here, lots of different ones, and then we've got the tea and coffee station. So I've brought the Yorkshire tea biscuit variety with me for the first time, really good. And I've got some coffee with me, just gone for the Little's instant Colombian there, and I was provided with some hot chocolate as well. And then I'm feeling super lucky because I've actually got a fridge here. Okay, so I'm going to be emptying out my Fresh Fitness food, which is being delivered daily to the hotel just for the competition, so that I've got healthy meals to prep me for my race on Sunday. So feeling so fortunate that Fresh Fitness Food have offered to deliver my meals to the hotel. I had a really good discussion with them about the kind of meals that I want, how many calories I need, and they're inside this bag. So I'm just going to empty them out, put them into the fridge for today, and then they will come and collect the bag again tomorrow morning and deliver tomorrow's food as well. So amazing company, London based. They normally deliver my meals to my home address, but since I'm here racing, they have gone and done a little above and beyond special for me and delivering my meals here in London. So really, really fortunate to have them. Okay, so continuing my room tour, nice double bed, and then all important Wahoo kicker and my Cube TT bike, so nice view out the window as well, so we can just see the Olympic Stadium over there, the end of the swimming pool, and obviously Westfield Shopping Centre down below, which I'm not allowed to venture into, even though it did open on Monday, so that's quite sad, but at least the sun is shining out and I've got a pretty nice view to look at. Okay, we've got my desk here with iPad where I've been watching some of the live swimming on the live stream, because we're not actually allowed to watch at the pool just for COVID safety measures. So unless you're racing, of course, but I'm not racing till Sunday. So watching on my iPad for now. I've got a COVID test here ready to do on Friday, just to make sure that I'm still COVID negative before I do my race on Sunday. I've got all important Theragun to make sure I keep my muscles nice and loose. I've got some Amp PR lotion, which I'm going to use for my race, for that lactate buffer. So hopefully that's going to give me a bit of an edge. And then all important, I have actually bought my own microwave with me. Yeah, I can use that to heat up all of my Fresh Fitness meals. So there wasn't actually a microwave in my room, so I brought that with me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is my home for the next week. Apart from being in my room, I can go downstairs to get breakfast, lunch and dinner if I need it, bring it back on a tray back up to my room. I'm obviously really fortunate to have Fresh Fitness food, so pretty much most of my meals I'm just eating up in my room anyway. And then we're allowed to go over to the pool, obviously if we're racing, but other than that we can only go over if we've booked a slot to train. So I had a slot this morning, so I had a really good swim this morning, starting to feel sharp and race ready, hopefully. I've got another swim this evening at 4:15, so I'm gonna hop on the bike in a minute, just do a bit of a spin, because obviously I'm not a full-time swimmer, I am a triathlete. I've got to keep that biking going. I'm not allowed to run this week, so I'm just gonna tick the legs over with a bit of an easy spin to make sure I don't go crazy, and then I'll do that swim later on this afternoon as well. So that'll pretty much be my day for the next few days. Saturday will be a super light day, and then I'll be ready to smash it hopefully on Sunday and see what I can do in this 1500. So that's today's bike session done, just over an hour, about an hour and 10 minutes on Zwift. Today's session is probably the last session where I can do anything quite long with hard efforts in, as I'm going to start resting off, and I want to save my legs for the back end of that 1500. I'm not much of a leg kicker when I swim, but I need to have a back end with that leg kick, at least on the last 500, if not last 200, if I've got anything left in those legs. So today's session, the main set was 2 lots of 15 minutes, and every 30 seconds I was doing like a 10-second hard effort. So that's trying to replicate coming off the wall, working hard, and then settling back into whatever that groove zone is going to be, if there is going to be a groove zone. So yeah, nothing too hard on that main steady bit, but just working for 10 seconds hard every 30 seconds to try and put a good effort in. So 30 minutes of work today, and the legs felt pretty good. So just going to rest up, eat some food, and then I have another swim to do this afternoon. Yeah, it's been really good. I've been really lucky to obviously have my support of my husband helping me with my training, mostly on the bike, run and gym side of things, but also I've had Gavin from Epping Forest Swimming Club, which is my local swimming club, coming down to the pool and really helping to not just motivate me, give me the confidence, and also get me through the hard sessions that I've been doing. So it's been nice when I've had Reese in the pool with me as well, because Reese has got more speed than me, but it's been nice to kind of gradually kind of catch him up a little bit on that speed side of things. For how long that will last, I don't know, but yeah, it's been a pretty cool process, just seeing the gains that can be made over, what has it been, like two and a half months. So and at the beginning of that 2.5 months, I didn't even know I was doing this event. So it's pretty much only been like 6 weeks of work where I've known that I'm doing this race. So in 6 weeks, what we've managed to achieve, I've been really impressed with. Definitely felt surreal being back in the kind of swimmer bubble, and obviously even more surreal because of the whole COVID situation and the safety measures that were in place, but really strange to see old familiar faces of coaches and athletes that I used to work with and swim with, so that's my delivery order. So yeah, it was really nice to be back. It felt like a whole different life ago that I was doing swimming.
The next race up is the women's 1500 metres freestyle, and then fascinating in lane 2. Here she is, Lucy Charles-Barclay. Most swimmers would know her as Lucy Charles. She's a fantastic distance swimmer. She's also a stunning triathlete. And look at this, Lucy Charles up the top there, the triathlete, set off really well.
Yeah, so this race could be quite tactical. I think in terms of if I want to go and win the race, I do kind of need to just swim my own race, but there may be that the other girls will have that easy swimmer speed even more than I have. So on that first 200 to 400, they might be really aggressive in the speed that they go out in. I know what I'm like, I want to win. I really want to win. I don't know if that's possible. I am against full swimmers. I'm not a full-time swimmer anymore. So we'll just have to see. I know that I'm gonna try and back end the race. I will judge my position when I'm in the water. But ultimately I'm going there purely to see how fast I can swim. So in order to do that, I need to swim my own race because that's how I'm going to get the fastest time, I think. But hopefully having that competitive element and other girls that should be going just as quick should allow me to swim faster, in theory.
Yeah, it's actually great to watch Lucy here. You know, I think a lot of the triathletes will be tuning in tonight to see how she's getting on. But yeah, she's really pushing herself out from the first go, really testing herself. And I think even when I've watched the Super League triathlon, her in Ironman, she really attacks all her races and gives it some heart. So it'd be great to see how she fends up against some of the distance swimmers here.
She's come second in Kona at the World Ironman Triathlon Championships 2017, 2018 and 2019. That's unbelievable.
By being in those 4 walls, it kind of made it feel like it was the biggest deal ever because it was the only thing I could think about the whole time.
Really phenomenal. Only allowed in your hotel room or walk straight to the pool, no shops or anything. Stay here, and then when you're done, you go back to your hotel room.
Definitely hard. I feel like the whole experience has taught me a lot about kind of focusing on your race, but also being able to switch off from it as well so that you can just chill out and relax. So I've learned a lot of skills that hopefully I can take forward.
Lucy not going to give up at the top. Leah Crisp, I think, is going to win it, the 19-year-old from the Bath National Centre. Oh my goodness me, right at the very end. Oh, look at that. Is that 15/100ths of a second, something like that?
So swim done 1500 metres, 16:46.29 I believe. So that is a lifetime best plus 11 seconds. So not bad considering I'm a triathlete now. I definitely don't do anywhere near as much swim mileage as I used to. So to get that close to my best ever time, I did not expect that at all. So I'm absolutely buzzing with that. So close to getting the win as well. So I literally gave everything I had on that last 50. Couldn't have given any more. So got to be happy with that.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy with my performance. For me, it was never about positions or qualifying for the Olympics. It was just about grabbing an opportunity with both hands. I think Reese had put it on Twitter already, but when I broke the swim course record in Kona in 2018, I actually swam a 17:20 that year in the pool. So watch out Kona this year. If it happens, I'm now about 30 seconds quicker over a 1500, so that's going to add up to a fair amount over 3.8 kilometres. So yeah, it never was about the Olympics, it was about the bigger picture. Obviously the result I'm happy with. I can't believe it was so close at the end, coming second by 0.17 or whatever it was. So it was super tight at the end there, and I couldn't have given any more. I literally dug everything in on that last 50 metres. Can't be disappointed. Second in Britain for 1500. Yeah, I didn't expect that when I kind of went into this little project. I mean, this may spring some opportunities to do some more pool racing, so I will definitely obviously listen out for those, but I definitely absolutely love triathlon and that sport that I'm doing, and whilst it was nice to dive back in, excuse the pun, dive back in to the swimming world, I definitely know that triathlon is the path that I'm on and I'm enjoying. That being said, I don't know what opportunities this might bring forward, so I'm never one to turn down a good opportunity. I like to throw myself in, so yeah, who knows what the future holds, but I'm pretty certain it will be triathlon. Okay, so as part of this video, I have teamed up with Ruben, who is the artist behind the swimmer's piece of artwork that was in some of the interview that I think we did earlier in this video. So we have got some video footage that Holly will put up on the screen now, which is basically a competition prize that you can win. It is going to be a one-of-a-kind piece of artwork that Ruben has designed. It will look similar to the one that we're showing you now, but he is actually going to make it as a one-of-a-kind piece. So I'm obviously a huge fan of his artwork. For this competition, all you have to do is go and follow Ruben on Instagram. He will put up a competition post for this and tag 2 friends in that post on Instagram when you go and comment. So we'll put the full details below of what you need to do for the competition. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe and like this video, and make sure to comment below if you're going to enter the competition to win that amazing piece of swimmer's artwork.
Oh, Reese.
What?
25.8.
It's gone up.
It's going up. It's like a bath.
Going on the red side.
No, going on the red side. I haven't got my hat goggles on. I've got the thermometer to get on.